What is going on, everybody? It is Edison T-Crocs, and welcome to the first ever live stream of my modded Minecraft HermitPack single-player world. We are doing something a little different because, like I say, this is actually the first time I've been on this series in a live stream. Looks like Andrew Morgan says hello. Josh Bryson, gameplay man of many names, says hey. And I hope everyone's doing good today. I'm looking forward to doing this because I have not yet recorded the next episode, and I wanted to get in a live stream of it before I started recording it, because it's always fun to do live streams, right? Sunteam says, hashtag Edison should bravely make the entrance of his house a werewolf head. Oh, I like that idea. Shady says hi. How's it going, Shady? All right, let me just deposit some of my excess stuff. Oh, that actually should go down. Oh, look at all this iron I got. Oh, my goodness. Osmium. Very nice. Very nice. I'm going to need to make another crate here at this rate. Another crate would be great. Resonating ore, redstone, basalt, all that fun jazz. Josh is now the doctor. There you go. There you go. All right, yeah, let's pop at least the 9 that I can fit in there into the smeltery. So how's everyone doing today? What is everyone up to? Let's see, do we have any? Yeah, okay, that's all good there. So the goal today is we're going to do a little bit of exploring and hopefully find where we ultimately want to settle down. So I'm very much looking for suggestions, very much looking for ideas, like that my entrance to my base being a werewolf head. That's good as stuff. I don't, Shady just asked, what is the idea for my new base? I don't have one in mind yet. So I'm very much looking for suggestions. Now, with Journey Map here, this allows me to easily look at my world that I've explored. As you can see, I have not explored much, and I really want to start exploring. And with that, it's going to make it real easy to mark places. Like I can mark, oh, this is a possibility. So all that stuff, good things, good ideas, and it's just going to be a good time. It's going to be a real good time. So I'm just going to gather a little extra food for the road, you know. Getting a little bit of lag spikes. Now, I will warn you all that there probably would be more lag than normal in this, because the part that's always laggiest in this pack is when I'm traveling to new areas. When I'm staying in one area, it doesn't lag too bad. Once it gets loaded, as you can see, it's pretty smooth, you know, my normal. But so yeah, it's pretty much the normal once you're in one spot. But it's when you're moving around a lot, and since that is kind of what we're planning on doing today, is moving around a lot, that could make it kind of interesting. Okay, Jabing. Some more bread, which we can make into some more toast. Fantastic. Oh, we actually have a bunch more wheat in here. We can make a bunch of toast. Wait, no. Here we go. That's how we do it. You don't put the wheat directly into the oven. You gotta turn it into bread first. Actually, how do you make it into bread without an oven? Mind blown! Andrew said, so have you made a bow and arrow yet? Oh, I have not. I have not. I haven't actually made any tinker's tools yet. We're still pretty early on in this. I do have this pickaxe. That was my project last time, but as far as weapons, I'm not too well prepared yet. Which reminds me, actually, I should, now that I got so much iron, I should definitely, at the very least, make myself that helmet that I'm gonna need, because that will help. Shady says, my base on Cruxcraft is going good. Oh, that's excellent. That is so good to hear. That is so good to hear. All right. I think that's going to be enough toast for now. What do you say, folks? Let's pick up our bed so that way we can sleep if need be. And let's go exploring, huh? Let's go exploring, get a feel for this place, get a feel for all this stuff. So let's take a look at Journey. There's some mountain areas over here, kind of past where the gravel was. That looks promising. Let's head in that direction, because that could very much be promising. So yeah, this is gonna be a very chill stream. It's gonna be a lot of exploring, a lot of just kind of getting the lay of the land and such. Horsies, good chance to kind of just chat. Like I say, pretty low key, all that kind of stuff. Andrew says, let's go on a Pokemon adventure in Minecraft. Isn't that what Pixelmon is then? Let's see. Very cool. Ooh, Shady's using fire in your base. That's kind of interesting. The bees. Too close to the bees here. Very cool. Very cool. I've been doing some crazy stuff on Hermitcraft. I've been putting a lot more time into Hermitcraft lately. That's been like my primary video deal lately. And I'm really enjoying it. See, so where am I at the moment? Here. There I am. Okay, so I'm heading in a good direction to get an idea of what's over here. Very cool. Yeah, I've got an episode that's gonna come out. Oh, there's a dude. Oh geez, it's rough neighborhood over here, man. There's a creeper. There's a heavily armored dude. Oh. Well, I guess there was some infighting over here. And there's no more skeleton. Well, that just solved several problems at once now, didn't it? Andrew says you should make bacon with pigs. Oh, how do you make bacon with pigs? That's a really good idea. I don't know how we make bacon, 'cause that sounds awesome. That sounds like a really good way to go, honestly. Shady says, what is your least favorite Minecraft biome? Mine is dark oak forest. You know, I don't really think too much about favorite or least favorite biomes, oddly enough. Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I don't really have a favorite biome either. Like, I just kind of, I don't know. I just kind of explore and see what there is. I guess, I don't know. I know I like mountainy kind of areas. I feel like you can make some really interesting builds up in mountains, you know? Oh, like over here. Now, this is what I was talking about. This is some interesting stuff over here. Now, let's just get a feel for this area. It looks like this kind of overlooks some kind of flat land, like a, I don't know, savanna or plains of some sort. Yeah, nice big wide open plains there. And some kind of mountains. This is kind of a cool thing because I could build something up on these hills. Shady says I might record on I might record on Hermitcraft. Is it okay if you're a part of it? Yeah, I mean, if I'm around, go for it. I don't mind. I clearly don't mind being on YouTube. That is for sure. Andrew said you should make some roads to make your trip easier. Yeah. Right now, like I say, I'm just kind of looking around, so I don't really know where I'm headed yet. This actually could be a nice, like, build something on top of this mountain here, and it could overlook this plains, and I could build more stuff down in the plains there. Could look kind of cool. That could be kind of cool. And Nigo says hello. Hello. How's it going? How is it going? All right. Let's just take a gander at what we're dealing with up here, if I can. It's a little trickier with the lag. Like I say, it does. Usually, if I'm hanging in one spot, it's not too big a deal. But I'm not hanging in one spot here. It's just don't really want to be breaking the natural landscape already, but I need it to get moving here. Yeah, like you could make something really cool up here and overlook that. And there's snow up here now. I haven't really done a lot of building in snowy areas. At least not on like Hermitcraft and such. Obviously on there it's very deserty, very much warm climate. So it might be kind of fun to do something kind of cold. And it looks like there's a bunch of cold areas. Checking out the mini-map. Looking at the mini-map, it looks like there's a lot of lag, actually, is what I'm noticing. There's a nice little snowy area. Now, it's not, like, super cold. But, yeah, it does appear to be... Oh, my gosh. Let's just... Yeah, this lag is kind of slowing us down a little bit here. Like I say, the one time that this mod pack doesn't play so nicely on my computer is when I'm traveling to different areas. So that is kind of the nature that, of course, when I'm doing a bunch of traveling and exploring is when it's going to be a little bit more trouble. Shady says, do you have a laptop or a PC or a laptop? I have a laptop. What is that little guy? What are you? It's an owl. Hello, owl. It's so cute. I just have a laptop. It's a good laptop, but it's kind of old. It really needs replacing. Which this summer should be getting a replacement, but the time being, it's does a decent job. But it is still, it's like an Alienware, so it's like a decent laptop, but it was like from 2011, and it's, you know, still a laptop. So there's only so much you can really hope for from it, but it does a good job. Overall, I'm proud of it. Now, over there, that looks pretty cool as well. Josh says, today's a flu day for me. That's so cute. That's kind of a possibility over here. Whoa! Ow. That hurt. Actually, it didn't. It felt like it hurt. Oh, there it goes. It's just laggy, is I guess what it comes down to. Alright, I'm going to have to sleep here. Now that it's getting dark. I can only sleep at night. It's not dark enough yet. Oh, no. Let's see if we can get a... This area over here is a... Ooh. Oh, look, there's like a natural moat kind of thing here. This could be a possibility right here, guys. This could be a possibility. Yeah, look at, there's even a little floating block of dirt. Yeah, but there's like a natural, it even kind of almost looks like a house already up there, like the shape of the stone, and then with the dirt on top kind of looks like a roof. Like, I could totally knock out that top area and build something up there. Shay says, these mountains remind me of the first episode of Marilyn and Bro. Yeah, it does kind of. It does kind of. Like, this looks regal, dude. Where is this on the map, just in relation to everything? See, I'm down here. Okay. And it's right across there. I should really set a waypoint there so I don't lose track of it. But that looks like a really promising area. So it looks like it's either, what is it, more ocean over here, or just... It looks like it just keeps going into more area. But it's like this natural moat. This is really promising. Yeah, let's go over here and set a waypoint, because I feel like this is a very real contender. I like the idea of building on mountains. Andrew says, how are you going to get access? That is the question. I guess we're just going to do a little bit of old-fashioned mountain climbing here. I like the idea of building on mountains, though. You know, on Cruxcraft, I'm very much, the builds I'm doing are like over water, you know, so it's like there's not really... All right, I'm going to set a waypoint right over here. It's Gary says, I was just playing HermitPack. What have you done so far? Fantastic. Right now we are exploring a little bit. Let's make a new one, and this is going to be Awesome Mountain. That's the official name of this place, is Awesome Mountain. Yeah, so now we should be able to find our way back here easily. But let's see what's over on the other side. There's a little cave there. Because this is very much a possibility. The lag says it's scary. Yeah, the one, it definitely hits the most lag when I'm traveling around. So there will be a bit more lag than is typical in, like, say, an episode on this one. Because that's the one thing that on the pack it doesn't really like to do as much. So up here would be where I'd be building. I'd probably flatten most of this if I built up here. Or at least a lot of it. And this side we got, what are those? That's like spruce, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like a spruce forest. And what are this little castle diorite from Hermitcraft? I don't know what that's for exactly, but I should check that out. Oop, I got cosmic dust. Yeah, that's some HermitPacks, or Hermitcraft. I don't really know much about that one. I know it's something special. I think each of the hermits have like their own boss in there too. I could be mistaken about that, but I feel like that was a thing. So there's a neat forest on this side. This seems like a good possibility. As Gary says, spring break. That's cool. Okay, yeah. So on the over here, it's like kind of more mountain ranges, and this side, it's all this kind of stuff. This is a contender. This is a very strong contender. It looks like it's just mostly forest over there. Gary has to go. See y'all later. See you, Gary. Glad you're able to join us for a little while. Yeah, I'm thinking it's just, as far as I can see, it's just spruce forest over there. So that's okay. That's okay. See, Andrew says, are you going to make a moat around the entire island, or entire mountain? That's an interesting idea. Let's pop open the map again here, because, I mean, we could. We'd have to run it from, like, here, and then we'd have to cut out this area and cut it around there. But that's doable. That's doable. I mean, it's a big job, but it'd be doable. That would actually be kind of neat, because, yeah. That would be really, that's a cool idea, Andrew. That's a really cool idea. I might have, if I do end up using this base, I probably will make, of course, I mean, looking at this, it would have to go down to that same height, and that's a big job. But it doesn't have to be done right away. But yeah, if we just cut a canyon around all the way, then that could totally be really cool. We can make an awesome, like, drawbridge that gets over here. Like, I could see this. I could totally see this, yeah. I want to see more, like, what's... Did I explore what's over there too much? Little bits, little bits. Okay. So let's just see what's a little more down this way. Shay says, well, looks like no school tomorrow due to more snow. Wow, it seems like you're always getting snow days, man. That's crazy. I have to remember when I'm climbing up high here that I do not have elytra on this game. So if I try and jump and fly, I'd be in for some trouble. In for some big trouble. Andrew says, if you make dynamite, it could possibly help, but I'm not sure how to do that. That's a good idea. Yeah, dynamite would definitely help speed that process up. And, I mean, a little later, I'd be able to, with Tinkers, get a hammer and an excavator. Probably excavator do most of it. And those are tools that would really speed up the process. They really help with mining. Look at this. This is kind of an interesting little natural structure. Look at that. What even... It's like this 1 block thick, like, roof, like, balcony of dirt up here. And there's trees growing on it. I feel like that can't be very secure. I feel like roots should be sticking out below. Yeah, this spot right here does not feel very, secure. Yeah. This is such an interesting structure, though. Very interesting structure. So down here is where that, the river kind of seems to disperse a bit. Looks like heading this way it starts to turn more into like lakes and stuff. Okay. I kind of like that spot. I think I should explore more. All right, folks. Questions. Now, I kind of like the possibility of this mountain base right here. But I may as well explore some more while I'm out and about. Should I head over to the east, over this way? You know, it's southeast, or south from my base, my current base, into this area. Or should I head more west into this area, like, you know, northwest into this kind of plains thing, see what's going on over there? What are you folks thinking? I guess I'm down here, not up there, but should I go east or should I go west? I guess for the moment, I'm just going to start by carrying on south a little bit while you folks think that through. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Fantastic. So tomorrow, folks, is my birthday, which is pretty cool. Pretty low-key kind of day, but I'll be doing a, figure I'll do a, what is this? It's Maplewood. Cool. Should probably be grabbing this kind of stuff. I'll be doing a Hermitcraft live stream. East, so you can set up a perimeter. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. So east this way. Yeah, so we can set a little perimeter. Makes good sense. Yeah, east would be sending me over here. Yeah, we can see what's on the other side of this mountain range. Just see where this kind of area goes. Very cool. Aw, Freed says, Edison is the best. Awesome. Well, thank you. So, yeah, so tomorrow I'll be doing a Hermitcraft live stream because it's my birthday, and that's a fun thing to do on my birthday. You know, there's other people on there. If any of you Hermitcrafters are able to pop on and hang out, that would always be fun. So that's some cool looking trees there. Always be fun to be able to play with some of you folks, which is pretty cool. Shay says, well, although I've been playing Minecraft since November of 2010, this mod stuff is confusing me. And by the way, I've died 18 times on Cruxcraft. Wow. That is a lot. I mean, I guess it's not too much. I've died around that same amount. Of course, I've been on there a long time. I've had a lot of opportunity to die. Speaking of which, aches. Oh, Andrew says, happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. That'll be tomorrow. I'll be turning 27, getting into the late 20s now, not just the mid, like the later end of the mid 20s. And yeah, the mods can be they can be pretty confusing. They're fun, but it does take a lot to learn all this stuff. I don't even know anywhere near all of what there is on these mods. Not even close. But they are a lot of fun. They do add a lot of really neat stuff to the game. And even if you like building, it adds so many more options for building. Okay, looks like we have a swamp down here. Shady says, yay, more Cruxcraft. I'm so playing with you tomorrow. Awesome. I want to check out the swamp. Let's go around this way so I don't have to swim quite as much. Awesome, awesome. Yep, that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Good way to celebrate, you know? I think so. I think so indeed. I got Elder Scrolls Online is what I got my present early. And that was my big my main birthday present. So that's pretty exciting. I'm gonna be popping on to that probably actually after I'm done with the stream. I'll probably be taking some time to chill. I hear lava. Crouch. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's lava, alright. Yeah, there's lava. Now, I want to keep my eyes open because there are these slime islands that float in the sky, which are kind of cool. And that would be really handy to get lots of slime. Looks like this area, this place isn't actually all that large. What is this stony biome I'm seeing showing up down here? That looks kind of strange. You guys see that on the mini map? What is this area? Is it taiga? It looks kind of interesting. Let's go check this out quick. Since that is the goal here. This tree has got, this is like the holy tree right here. It's on this tiny little floating like Tetris piece, and it's just growing there in the middle of nowhere. What is this? This looks kind of cool over here. What am I looking at here? What? I attack pigs so you can get some bacon. Oh, I should. Yeah, next time I see some pigs, I'll try to remember that. What is this? I hope it's not dangerous. It might be. What is this black block thing? It's skystone. Okay. Is that what this thing is made of? If any of you know this, I know some of you do mods. I think Andrew, you into the mod world. Skystone. So some applied energistics. I'll have to look into that. What? This is like a big old crater. That's really pretty cool, dude. I wonder if it generated like this or if there's like some kind of a event where like it crashed. Because this is really neat. Hideyoshi says, oh dang, this gives me deja vu. Yeah, Hideyoshi, do you know what this thing is? It's got skystone from applied energistics. I don't really know what this is about. It looks like some kind of like a meteor crashed or something. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It almost be kind of neat to build around this thing, man. This isn't crazy far from... Well, it's like 400 blocks. Andrew said, you should mine this. I probably should. I don't know if I can. I think it said it needs obsidian level, and I did not get diamonds yet, so I don't know if I can. Yeah, I don't think it'll let me mine it yet. I need to get add diamond to my tools. It's a meteor? Says Hideyoshi? Yeah, I don't know. I know you've played some modded stuff, haven't you? Or am I thinking of someone else? I might be thinking of someone else. You always seem to like know all of the games, so I guess I just assume that you know what's going on everywhere. Well, this is definitely... Okay, so where was I headed? Because I don't think I want to go any more south. What is this directly that way? Very bright green, some things. Man, there's some neat stuff. It might be worth building close-ish to this. You know what? I could even make like some kind of like a space-themed, like UFOs and like space age kind of stuff, and have this be like the crash site. That'd be kind of neat. I don't know. This is a very interesting generated structure, though. Not something that you typically see. It's not something I've ever seen. Hideyoshi says, I totes recognize it as a meteor. Oh, that's what that green stuff was. It's a village. There's a village near that thing. Andrew says it's Sutopolis City. And Shady says, have you heard of being able to dye beds in 1.12? I did hear about that. That's exciting. I have a quarry there. Yeah, and look, there's a village. That's kind of interesting. There's a village right next to this, like, big meteor crash site. I feel like there's some story potential there. Like, this might be an area to build in, like, near this village. This is a neat idea, yeah. It's very neat. And there are a lot of new villagers in here with some different kinds of trades. Like, well, of course, I walk into a librarian who... But there's a jam guy. He's got some jam. He's got the jams, man. Awesome jams. Yeah, this is kind of a neat village, too, up kind of in this dark oak forest. Yeah, this is another really good possible place here. This is a really possible place, yeah. There's a swamp not far away, which is kind of cool. I kind of like swamps. So like a swamp or like a swamp island? That looks like it's just a swamp. There's some neat stuff around here, dude. We're finding some really interesting areas. So where is there to explore? Yeah, so it's like kind of like mixed like bog type stuff here, which is kind of cool. This is pretty neat. We're finding some cool stuff. Andrew says Illuminati confirmed. Yep, yeah, the village is all Illuminati. That's it, man. That's it. It's all this is like Roswell over here is what it is. Like that place, that town is totally like Roswell, New Mexico. Oh, she says, yuck, Dark Oak Forest. Yeah, you were just talking about that. You were just talking about how much you don't like Dark Oak Forests. And then there we are, finding a Dark Oak Forest. I really want to find one of those floating slime islands. Or slime float, whatever they're called. I don't know if they only spawn over... what are they called? Swamps or not, but they are really cool. They're floating up way high in the sky, and they have a different kind of slime that spawn there. They're kind of nice because they spawn really quickly, and it's easy to set up a quick and dirty slime farm kind of thing with them. Oh, hi. Hello. Cave. Let's get out of there. Not where I wanted to be right now. Andrew says, now is it possible to build a house underwater? It's always possible, even in vanilla, but it's challenging. I imagine there's probably some kind of mod that enhances the ability to build underwater, but I'm not really sure. I don't know of anything offhand that does. This is neat, though. Okay. This looks kind of promising on the map, but it's not actually. It's just sand. Just sand. Alright, so where are we at now? We're over here. Okay. I guess let's just head north, kind of fill in this gap area, and just kind of make a perimeter. Whoa! Holy canyons! I guess it's not, all things considered, that's not that massive of a canyon. Canyons are pretty cool. But that's kind of neat. Like, I feel like there's some interesting stuff around this area. I should have marked where that crater was, but it's pretty even without a waypoint, I don't think we're going to miss that. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty obvious. Can't recall if I have sugar cane, so I might as well grab some. Okay. Definitely in some swampland up in here. Andrew says you should explore that lava stuff. Which lava stuff? The canyon or back a little ways? Sandra says, "Holy canyons with lava." I know that was pretty intense. Pretty extreme stuff there. So we found so far already some really promising potential areas to build. Really interesting areas to build. What are we looking at here? Okay, and that's probably just going to connect up there. All right, very cool. Yeah, I should. I'm not really prepared to be exploring down in a canyon right now. I'm not so much. I guess I could. The canyon. I guess I could. I was more just wanting to look around and get over. Look at this. Speaking of canyons. Nice. You know, this almost looks like it's a continuation of that one. I mean, I know it doesn't appear to actually be, but it almost looks like that other canyon, like, underground continues to carry over here. This is cool. That's really neat. That's really neat. See, how far away was that other one? It was right along down here. So, I mean, that's kind of like right in a straight line-ish. That's kind of cool. There are some neat stuff over in this kind of area. And there looks like some kind of little, like, bay over here. Let's go try and check it out. Check out bay. Yeah, this would be kind of a cool little oceany area here. Kind of a neat. You could make like a cool little dock over here. Andrew says, I would use that water and lava to create metals and stuff. I mean, that is true. That is very true. This is kind of neat over here too. Does this connect into the ocean or is it just like a lake? Because if it connected into an ocean, that'd be really kind of cool. There do seem to be a lot of rivers in this area though, so you could easily travel by boat a lot. Like most of this, you could travel by boat if this connects. And we should probably go check that as the next thing. Yeah, this looks like it might actually go out to a to an ocean. Yeah, this appears to go out to an ocean. Just go a little further. There's a nice kind of little island here, a little private island. Not a very big one. You couldn't really do much with that. Shay says, I think I hear Pokemon music. You might. Alex is hanging down just below me, so he might possibly be popping on Pokemon. Oh, look at these. Look at that cliff, dude. That'd be kind of a neat. If I wanted to build something, oh, there's Guardian down there. If I wanted to build something like oceanside, that'd be kind of cool. But I'm already doing that in Cruxcraft. I'm already doing something on the ocean. And I don't really want to do too much of the same thing. You know? Like, I feel like if I was doing too many of the same kinds of builds on the two series, it would get really boring. So I want to really do something different with this one than what I'm doing in the other. And that's okay. There's plenty of very different things I could do. Alright, let's just loop around here. I could just build in so many of these places, man. I could build in so many of these places. Alright. If I can hop up here. Where do I gotta go to finish wrapping this area? Alright. I want to see if... I don't think there's much river here. So I'd kind of like to veer over this way to complete the map-ish. Andrew says, this kind of reminds me of the landscapes in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. You know, that's right. It does give that kind of a vibe, that kind of Middle-earth vibe, you know? There's some really cool landscapes just within walking distance of Spawn, which is really kind of cool. Very cool indeed. Keep my eyes open for pigs, too. So I can get me some bacon. Not bees. Pigs. Ow, ow. Do I have... Hello, Alex. Let's head up here. The only mods... Shady says, the only mods I've played is Tekkit. Oh, cool. There are some great mods in here. There's a lot that I haven't gotten to yet that I'm really eager for. The thing I like about the mods in this pack, sometimes mods in games, like, they just kind of needlessly add whatever. But I really feel like a lot of the stuff in this mod pack, and many others, really adds stuff that's fun to do. Like Tinker's Construct, making those customized tools, that's really fun. It's enjoyable to do, you know? And there's some great things for building, too. That's one of the things I'm really excited to get into, is all of this stuff for building. Because I do love to build, and there's a lot of support for that. I kind of want to just make sure that there's no floating things, because I feel like those floating slime islands only happen in swamps. So since this is a swamp and there's unexplored area to it, I just kind of want to confirm if there is any of that stuff. Most likely not. I think they're kind of rare. In my old playthrough of this, my old map I had of this, I had one of them right near spawn. It was awesome. I could get slime super easy. Shady says, is there any mods with the elytra? There is elytra in here, because this is a 1.10 mod pack. So anything that's in Minecraft 1.10 is in here. So I should be able to... It doesn't have shulker boxes, because that was 1.11. But it does have elytra. And it does have end cities. And it does have shulkers, just not their boxes. They don't drop any shells or nothing. Alright, I think that's everything. But there's a thing that I want to get on the sooner side than later. That, it's an angel ring, I believe. Let me just see. Yeah, this guy, that I got before too. And it allows you, if you have this thing equipped, it allows you to fly as if you're in creative mode. Like complete, not like gliding like that, but just you can just stand in the air, fly. It's exactly like creative mode. It's amazing. It's a little bit challenging, not too hard to make actually. I've got some of these resonating crystals. Curse Lasso, you need to get a drop of evil, which is kind of hard. And I think actually you have to use a Curse Lasso to catch a ghast. And this drop of evil is a rare drop from wither skeletons. So you have to catch a ghast and a bat. Not too crazy hard to build, honestly. But it's super, super useful. That'll make building super great. That makes everything really great, being able to fly around like that. So that, to me, that kind of blows the elytra out of the water. It doesn't travel as fast, but oh man, is it handy. Oh man, is it handy. Alright. Let's take a nap, because it's getting kind of dark. And probably pretty soon here we'll loop back. Well, I want to do a little bit more exploring. I feel like one of the places we found already is probably going to be the place we'll end up setting up base. But maybe not. You know? Maybe it'll be... Maybe there's more places. I kind of thought after we found that cool mountain range that was going to be it. And this is I think looping kind of back in the... Am I kind of heading that direction? Yeah. Kind of getting in that direction. This is the opposite area of that mountain range area. And there's just a lot of mountains here. Oh. Hi. There's a lot of really cool mountains and rivers and stuff. And we got a bunch of marble and alabaster. I like alabaster and basalt. Really, really white blocks and really, really black blocks. Shady's got to go and says bye. We'll see you later, Shady. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you tomorrow, I'm sure. Hang out with me for my birthday stream would be fun. But yeah, like when I found that one, I thought that like, okay, that awesome mountain range, like, okay, that's where I'm gonna do it. But now, okay, cool. I kind of filled in the missing spots there. Now, I don't know, man. There's some really good potential down here too, you know. And those canyons over here were kind of neat. That bay area was kind of cool. Like something down along this area Like have this big swamp in the middle area, have like a bay, and you travel through here. That could be kind of neat. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I'd love some input because like we could have like a really cool thing like down in this peninsula or even this one. Cause that's kind of elevated. It's kind of like a mountainy area there. Still close to all that. We could travel by boat. Let's actually head down there. It's directly south from where we are now. That could be cool because then we get to kind of build on a mountain. Of course, then again, you know, it's just lava fall. Oh, let's check that out. There's so much going on. This is awesome. But I was already saying I don't want to build the same kinds of things as I'm doing on Hermitcraft. And is this the same kind of thing? I don't know. I mean, I'm not think it won't be quite a seaside town, but then again, it is a town on a shore. So I mean, that's kind of. It's not really the same though. It's not really the same. I don't think so, at least. What do you guys think though? Because, another canyon. No, this isn't really a canyon. That's just a. It's not a canyon. It's a crevasse. That's pretty cool though. Always cool when you have naturally spawning, naturally occurring waterfalls of lava out in the overworld. It's very cool. That's a kind of tall up little spire here. Yeah, this is kind of where I was thinking. There's a nice little lake, little drinking fountain. But yeah, like somewhere around here. It's kind of cool. Could be an interesting spot to build as well. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, right where the spire is, in fact. This is kind of a neat little, like, natural, like, rock formation. Like, that's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and mark this as a waypoint so I can remember some of the places I was thinking of. New, Swampy Bay. Yeah, you get the idea. So this is an interesting possible place here, too, though. And I like that there's lots of space I could build backwards here to make a massive base. I don't know. It's close to this thing, which is kind of cool. I wonder what else is down south from there, because I kind of like that meteor. And just as there are cows everywhere. There are all the cows. Every last cow is down here, for sure. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go a little bit more south here. I want to go like a little south past the meteor. And just kind of get a feel for what it looks like down there. And that's probably where we'll be wrapping this one up. I feel like we got some really good possibilities. I'd love some more input, too, on where you think I should set up my ultimate base place. Ultimate place for base. If any of these spots that we've been looking at have really been jumping out at you, we've got the original awesome mountain with the moat kind of thing, the built-in moat. We've got the, what else was there? Somewhere around this meteor, this crash site. This is really cool. I think this is really neat. What I'm curious of is, did it automatically, like, when it generated the world, put that there, or was it originally something else here and then it like kind of like dropping TNT, you know? Roy says, "Howdy, just in time for the end, LOL." Yep, perfect timing, Roy. Perfect timing. But Roy, check this out. Do you see this? This is a giant meteor struck. How cool, huh? How cool. We found some really cool possibilities, though, Roy. Some cool spots. If you get a chance, you should check out the archive later, because we did find some really interesting-looking locales to build. All right, looks like a savanna. Savannas are pretty cool. Yeah, let's see here. Another big kind of mountainy thing. I don't know. Or I could keep exploring further away from spawn. Like, it doesn't really have to be that close to spawn, you know? There are certainly plenty of ways to transport great distances. Okay, this is just looks like one big old savanna as far as I can tell. And is that a desert? Looks like a desert. Of course, that's what we need, guys. We need to build... Sendrin says, I sense a great evil coming from that meteor. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's what we need, guys. We need to build more in the desert. Because we don't do enough of that in Hermitcraft, right? Not enough deserts. Of course. Yeah, I'm definitely not building in a desert on this. No way, Jose. But I wouldn't mind finding a desert temple here. Andrew says a wild zebra. Was there a zebra? I'm sure there was. Not surprising. There are a lot of these little wells. I think those are wells. Those little structures around here. There's like a lot of them. Like, I know they spawn, but it seems they're spawning all the time here. Weird, because I don't think there's anything real fancy about them. It's just a little watering hole. A little something to break up the monotony of a desert, but it's like they're all over. Oh, this one's dried up. Oh, no, it's not. It looked kind of dried up, but... Hello? Are we freezing? Okay. I was like, what's going on? That's probably my computer telling me it's time to find a stopping spot. Looks like there's some lava down here, judging from my mini-map. Okay, so this is kind of a cool desert here. I'll definitely have to keep this in mind if I need a lot of sand. I definitely do not want to build in a desert, though. Definitely done with deserts for the moment, for sure. So that kind of connects up there. Let's just do a little bit over to the west, southwest of the crater. See what kind of stuff is over here. Keep going through here. And then we'll probably be wrapping this one up, because I think my computer is beginning to protest just a hair. Oh, it's a baby horse! It's cute. Yeah, this is some good possibilities. This is some good exploring. Very good exploring. This is a neat world we ended up in. I think it's pretty neat. Alright, looks like there's again a riverway. We could really make like rivers instead of roads that like connect all kinds of different areas here. That'd be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. Alright, oh, these are kind of cool mountains. Look at these. Again, very, very big, regal mountains going along the river. Is this that same river that connects up? I think this is mostly that same river. I mean, it looks like it breaks up a little bit here. But more or less, this is the same river that goes that other way, too. That's really cool. Yeah, this place is neat. This place is neat. I don't think this is where I'm going to be setting up shop, though. I think there's too many other really good contenders for this to be the winner. I mean, any of these places, you can make something awesome. But I don't think it's where I'm going to be making something awesome. Let's just get a little bit better of a view up here. This is kind of cool. See, Andrew says you could make a minecart railroad, a canal, or some sort of road so you can go to all these areas in one path and then have safe houses at these points like the meteor. That is kind of cool. Like I say, we could even do it like a like with boats and have like canals that kind of do. Since there's so many kind of like naturally built rivers, we could just kind of add to that a little bit, and you could have rivers and such that you go to all these different places. So instead of having like one massive base, we've got kind of several different little points of interest. Oh, woo, baby. Gotta be careful not to fall down there. That would hurt. That's an interesting idea, Andrew. I kind of like it. You know, having a lot of different buildings other places. I can kind of dig that. All right. I think this is probably a good spot to wrap it up. I'm far away from home, but I think I get the idea. This is going to wrap back into that whole jungle and all of that fun stuff. Won't let me zoom out any further. This is zoomed out as it goes. Wow. I should really explore. What is that? Oh, guys, I think that might be up by the starter base. I think that's actually one of those islands I was telling you about. Oh, dude. Oh, now I kind of want to go back there. I kind of want to get back there so I can show you those floating islands. I think that's what those are. They kind of look like that on the map if I remember right. Oh, that'd be so cool if by spawn there were some of those. That'd be so cool. All right, well, I think I'm not going to have time to make it all the way back to base right now, though. It's the westward expansion. Yep. There we go. We're traveling west. Yeah. Yeah, we got some good exploration going. I love exploring with journey map. I feel like that's something that I really like. This would not be as much fun in vanilla without a map. You know? Like, I feel like it would really lose a lot of the fun because you don't get to... I know there are maps in the game, but it's not as easy, not as good as this. This is just really makes it fun to explore. So, folks, I think I'm going to nom on some toast, and I think this is where I'm going to be wrapping up this stream for today. Thank you all so much for joining me. This was really, really fun. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did joining me from the first live stream on my HermitPack playthrough. And I look forward to recording the next episode, maybe get started working somewhere, which is going to be really, really neat. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be times. I'll be seeing you folks tomorrow, I hope. The Cruxiana purchase. Nice, Roy, nice. I'll be seeing you folks tomorrow for my birthday stream on Hermitcraft, which should be very cool. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And for now, I'm going to go and relax the rest of my day. And it's going to be a fun time. So thank you all so much. And until next time, catch you later, everybody.